In this video, I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on the Mizuno Neo Vista 2. I'm going to be telling you whether the changes made to this popular daily trainer have improved the shoe or not. Okay guys, so here's the new Neo Vista 2. It's a big old boy, this one. And like I said in the open, in this video we're going to be taking a look at it and I'm going to be telling you whether the changes made to version 2 have improved the shoe or not. Now, if you're new around here, my name is Chris Ford and I'm a qualified athletics and running coach. And when I'm not coaching runners, I like to make YouTube videos about running shoes and other running content. But today in this video, we're going to be focusing on these. Okay, so I was a big fan of the Neo Vista version 1. I thought it was a very good daily trainer, a sort of departure from where Mizuno were a year ago when they brought out the Neo Vista. It really was a very good, different daily trainer. It was a fun shoe, it was a soft shoe, but it was such a break from the norm from Mizuno. It really caught everybody's attention. And I can't believe where time has gone, but version 2 is now here. Right, so let's get into what's new here on V2. So version 2 comes with a new dual foam setup. We've got Mizuno Enerzy NXT, and on the top, we've got NXT, which is a nitrogen infused version of the foam, which is a TPU compound, so that's on top. And then on the bottom layer we've got the NXT foam, but a EVA based foam, and that helps with the stability. Now this shoe is £149.99. It weighs 292 grams. This is a UK 9.5, but I would recommend going down half a size. We've got 44.5mm stack in the heel with an 8mm drop. We've got a new one-piece engineered knit upper which fits a little bit better. The shoe has a full-length glass fibre plate in there, and that's again to help with stability. We've got some new rubber coverage on the outsole. We've got a wider base versus a V1, and I think that's probably about it. Should we take a closer look? So here's this new knit upper, which does fit better, to be honest. I found the other one did gather quite a lot. Now it's easier to show you on this side. Here's the two foams. Can you see them? So the top layer, like I said, is this nitrogen infused TPU compound, right? And then you've got underneath the bottom layer is your EVA foam. And again, that's there to stabilize the ride, although the EVA foam is still pretty soft. It's a one-piece construction, this upper, so it's not going to be for everybody. I'm not a huge fan of one-piece uppers. There's the lacing and the lockdown. Pull tabs on the front and the back, which are needed to get this shoe on. Like I said, we've got a wider base on this version, which is good news because the other one was a little bit too skinny and that didn't help with the stability. You can also see there the new rubber coverage, which is good. And actually, while we're looking at the bottom of the shoe, the sort of one-piece channel's gone, which used to collect big rocks. That's gone. And then you'll see there's still these two bits where they've cut out some of the weight, but they've sort of made it a little bit more, well, less of a one-piece channel. You haven't got much of a heel counter in the heel, so that's something to be aware of. And this shoe also features the smooth speed assist, so that's all about moving you through. Okay, let's move on. And actually, before I move on, just a bit of a heads up, you can get 15% off of this shoe if you're a 40 Rounds Running Club affiliated member over at sportshoes.com. I mentioned it in the stats and features. For me, I would recommend going down half a size. This does come up a fraction bigger. But in terms of like rubbing and things like that, I've had no issues with this shoe. So for the ride, it's very soft, okay? It is helped by the plate, which is good news, but it is very soft. But at the same time, it's bouncy. I do like the bounce you get off this top layer, working well with the EVA foam underneath. This shoe would be so unstable if it didn't have that glass fibre plate in there. But yeah, the top layer definitely helps in terms of propulsion and bounce and making you feel, well, it's just a fun ride actually. It's really enjoyable, but soft. But this introduction of this sort of two-layer setup on the shoe has helped with the ride. There was nothing wrong with V1, okay? But I think the introduction of this nitrogen-infused TPU layer here has improved the ride, which is good news. And like I said, that works very well with that smooth speed assist. It's a really nice roll through. The first shoe could have been, you could say it was a little bit mushy, right? But this shoe doesn't feel like that at all. Now, we can't hide from the fact that this is 292 grams, but actually, to give it a compliment, I thought it would be a lot heavier because you've got a massive amount of stack height here, right? So I think they've done well to keep the weight down, to be fair. And don't forget, this has got a knit upper on here as well, so that does add to weight. So that's a good job, actually. Now, in terms of paces and things like that, for me, this is just working well in those easier paces. You can kick on a little bit if you need to, and I think you could probably go a little bit faster than I've been running in it. But for me, it's just a nice shoe to go out and run in. It really is an enjoyable ride. Shoes that came to mind were like the Brooks Hyperion Max 3, which I've been running in, but that is a lot more expensive than this. And I've got to give it kudos, and we'll come on to the likes and dislikes, but £150 for this shoe, I think you're getting a lot of shoe here. So talking of which, let's move on to those likes and dislikes. I like the fact that it's wider and a little bit more stable. I like the dual foam setup. I like the ride. I like the outsole. I like the fact this is a nice cruising machine. And I also like the enjoyable ride that I get from it. Dislikes. Lockdown's not the best in the world. Despite the width increase, it's still quite unstable for me. I do prefer a slightly firmer ride, but that's just personal preference. One like I forgot to mention is the price. But going back to dislikes, there's not really much else I dislike on the shoe. The only other thing is that it just looks massive on foot. That's the only thing. I would hate to wear these in a size 12 because they would look massive. So in terms of a rotation, this would sit in your middle as your daily trainer. You'd then have your race day shoe, nice and light. But then I'd probably go for something like a Super Blast, for example, do those longer miles, those faster longer miles as well. But this sits bang in the middle. Right, shall we wrap this up? Okay, so I like the updates here. I really like the change in the foams. I think that works well. As I said, I like the wider base, despite it still being marginally unstable for me, and on the softer side. I don't particularly like an overly soft shoe. I have been enjoying this. I'm also not a massive fan of one-piece sort of knit uppers, but again, they've done a good job with the update here. I think it looks great, and I think in other colourways it's going to look even better. And again, you're getting a lot of shoe for £150. Yes, even if you go over to sportshoes.com, if you're a club member, and get the discount, at £150, you're still getting a lot of shoe here. So I think everybody who liked the version 1, you're going to like version 2, and whether you go out and buy version 1 cheaper, no, I think, you know what, it's probably worth paying that little bit more to get V2. I think the introduction of this foam and the slight changes they made, it's definitely worth probably picking these up. So there we go, people. I like Neo Vista 2. I like Neo Vista 1, to be honest with you. But the changes there, I really, really like. But I think that's it from me. I do think we're going to have to watch out for the Sonic Blast from Asics when that drops, because that could be a competitor for that shoe. We'll have to see how much that one comes out with. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's got like a plate in it as well, and 2 foam setup. So we'll have to see what happens when that one comes out. But I do like the Neo Vista. I think it offers something different. It's something versatile. It's fun. It's bouncy. It's enjoyable. You can do multiple paces in it, which is good news, and also different distances as well. And I think it will appeal to a lot of people, which is also good news. So well done, Mizuno. Don't forget, you can get 15% off that and all other shoes at sportshoes.com if you're a FORDY Running Club affiliated member. But that's it from me, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you all later.